The World Cup, one of the premier sporting events in the world. And in 2026, it delivered what it promised. Amazing moments, legendary plays, and an amazing championship game that went full time and then some. A legendary tournament that ended with Spain winning its second ever World Cup championship in dramatic form, 1-0 over Lionel Messi and Argentina. I wish I was in East Rutherford, New Jersey to see it all happen face to face. But more to the point, I wish I was in Spain to celebrate with the rest of their fans. This team, matter of fact, both teams, Spain and Argentina, let it all out in the field. And neither one can call themselves losers. Although one team walked out with the World Cup championship, both teams can walk out with pride. However, all of that was negated thanks to Donald Trump, the man who is, unfortunately, the President of the United States. It's bad enough what he tried to do to get one of our players back on the field before we were eliminated by Brussels 4-1. But now he decided that that wasn't enough. His ego took complete control. Thanks to FIFA President Gianni Infantino, Donald Trump presented the medals for second and first place and the World Cup championship itself to Argentina and champion Spain. Not because he's a fan of soccer, not because he's a fan of Spain or Argentina, because it's about his ego. But earlier in the day, before the match actually started, Jennifer Hudson, a Grammy Award winning artist and actress, sung the national anthem for the United States. And when Donald Trump's face was on the video board, the crowd filling up the stadium booed. I have mixed reactions to that. I'm glad they're booing Trump because the simple fact of the matter is everybody in this country hates Donald Trump. Everybody in the world hates Trump. But now that hatred is bleeding into our national anthem, our national traditions. And we decided to get on the field with Infantino and the presidents of the other two countries who hosted the World Cup, Canada and Mexico. It was all about Trump. When Spain hoisted the World Cup trophy in celebration after all the gold medals were given to their players and the coaches, Trump tried to make it about him, not standing aside and letting the Spain team have their moment in the sun, winning their second ever World Cup. But Trump couldn't do that. Trump couldn't let them have the spotlight unless he could join in. In the most embarrassing way, Infantino had to nearly push Trump off the stage. Trump is an embarrassment, plain and simple. But what really is bothering me about this whole weekend, other than the fact that Trump dirtied the World Cup again, is the fact that we lost 3 other United States servicemen thanks to Donald Trump's war in Iran. And instead of being in Washington, D.C., wondering how in the world am I going to talk to the families of the war dead, how I'm going to talk to these people that I got killed for one reason or another, the main reason is trying to resurrect my dying presidency. Donald Trump ran to New Jersey to watch a sport he does not know about or even likes, but only because he's Donald Trump. And his ego saw the way to get away from it all. This was disgraceful. Spain, I am so sorry that you had to go through that. Argentina, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Because you handed medals out to both Spain, the gold, and Argentina, the silver. On behalf of all of us real Americans who still believe in what our flag represents, what our country is supposed to be, I humbly apologize for the actions of the man we unfortunately have to admit is the President of the United States. And as for you, Trump, if you think you're going to escape responsibility for your failed presidency, for the fact that you're trying to steal the elections in 2026, that you're so obsessed with trying to cause chaos in this country that is costing American lives and money and jobs. If you think that this is going to distract us from the fact that you are a pederast, a rapist, think again. We know what you are, Trump. And one way or another, you will be called to account. Oh yes, you will be called to account. Enjoy your final days as President Trump, because the next time you set foot in the federal building will be your prison cell. Bank on it. CTP, no truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.